In a world where technology connects us all, sometimes it's the old-fashioned ways that lead us astray. Jenna, a 21-year-old college student, had always relied on her trusty babysitting app to find gigs. It had never failed her before, but on this chilly autumn night, something felt different. She got hired to babysit ... But the parents never had a babysitter. The house loomed before her, a Victorian monstrosity with peeling paint and windows that seemed to watch her every move. Jenna hesitated at the gate, her finger hovering over the doorbell. The app had given her all the details: address, time, even the children's names. But as she stood there, a chill ran down her spine that had nothing to do with the evening breeze. Swallowing her unease, Jenna pressed the bell. The sound echoed through the house, unnaturally loud in the quiet neighborhood. Seconds ticked by, then minutes. Just as she was about to turn and leave, the door creaked open. "Hello?" Jenna called out, peering into the dimly lit foyer. No answer came. Taking a deep breath, she stepped inside, the floorboards groaning beneath her feet. The door swung shut behind her with a soft click. The house was silent, save for the ticking of an unseen clock. Jenna's footsteps echoed as she made her way down the hallway, calling out for the children she was supposed to watch. "Tommy? Sarah, are you here?" A giggle, high-pitched and eerie, floated down from upstairs. Jenna froze, her heart pounding. That didn't sound like any child she'd ever heard before. Slowly, she ascended the creaking stairs, each step feeling like a journey into the unknown. The upper hallway was darker, the shadows deeper and more menacing. A door at the end stood slightly ajar, a faint light spilling out. "Hello?" Jenna called again, her voice barely above a whisper. She pushed the door open, revealing a child's bedroom. But something was wrong. The toys were ancient, covered in a thick layer of dust. The wallpaper was faded and peeling, revealing glimpses of brick beneath. And there, in the center of the room, sat two children. They looked up at Jenna with eyes that were too old, too knowing for their small faces. Their skin was pale, almost translucent in the dim light. "You're late," the girl said, her voice carrying an echo that seemed impossible in the small room. "We've been waiting for so long." Jenna's mind raced. This couldn't be right. The app must have made a mistake. She fumbled for her phone, only to find it dead, the screen black and lifeless. I think there's been a misunderstanding," Jenna stammered, backing towards the door. "I should go." The boy's laugh cut through the air like a knife. "But you can't leave," he said, his smile growing impossibly wide. "You're our new babysitter. Forever and ever." The room seemed to shift and warp around Jenna, the walls closing in. She turned to run, her heart pounding in her ears. But as she reached the stairs, she realized with horror that they no longer led down. Instead, they spiraled up into darkness, impossibly high. Panic seized her as she ran down the hallway, searching for another way out. But every door she opened led to more twisted versions of children's rooms, each more nightmarish than the last. The giggling grew louder, seeming to come from everywhere at once. Finally, Jenna reached the front door, her last hope for escape. She yanked on the handle, but it wouldn't budge. The realization hit her like a physical blow. She ran, but the front door was locked from the outside. Jenna sank to her knees, tears streaming down her face as the sound of small footsteps approached from behind. She turned, coming face to face with the children, their eyes now glowing with an otherworldly light. "Welcome home," they said in unison, their voices blending into a haunting chorus. "We have so many games to play." As the darkness closed in around her, Jenna's last coherent thought was of the app on her phone, wondering how many other unsuspecting babysitters it had led astray. How many others were trapped in houses that should never have existed, caring for children who had long since ceased to be human. If this gave you chills, drop a like and follow before your next gig isn't what it seems. Remember, in the world of the supernatural, Sometimes the most innocent-looking job can lead you down a path from which there's no return. And always, always trust your instincts when something feels off. Because in the realm of the uncanny, your gut feeling might be the only thing standing between you and an eternity of terror.